Welcome back to Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime, where I've been neglectful towards my storytelling duties for at least a month now, and so I've returned with yet another special story. Although you may notice that, by the title of this video, we're going back into dangerous territory. The territory of putting a dot and then letters after your underwhelming story name. As such, I bring you SNK.exe, which kind of sounds like a cereal. The world has many perplexing mysteries in its wake today, and whether it be trivial, or something one would deem a great mystery of life, one thing can be said: some mysteries are better left untouched, perhaps unread, cause this is a story of one of those mysteries, though, this may sound silly. Oh, it's gonna. This particular mystery is of a cursed video game. Keep in mind as you read this that, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, this is a true story, with "is" italicized to stress how real it is. And now, for a lengthy quotey paragraph with pretend news. Today's news story covers a series of what authorities define as unsolved missing cases. It's not a very good definition. We now take you to George and Ruth Ann. The hell kind of name is that? The parents of a boy named Tom, though. The disappointed parents. But Tom has been missing for 2 years, since the day this chain started. You might mean chain of events, but either way, would you care to explain what happened the day before your son went missing? The screen went to a woman who was in tears with a man holding her tightly, comforting her. The man, who we've already forgotten the name of and are now just calling the man, spoke. Our son Tom had received a package in the mail containing a letter from his alleged best friend, Kyle, who hadn't been seen around in quite some time, along with Tom's other alleged friends. Tom told us it was the first he'd heard from Kyle in quite a while. Also in this package was some sort of computer disk with the word Sonic.exe, my favorite word, written in permanent black marker. We know our son was a huge fan of Sonic. He'd grown up with the cartoon after all, thanks to me working at 4Kids when he was younger. Well, this explains why he's a bad person. I bet you really liked the opening to One Piece too, didn't you? So, anyways, he decided to try it out, and the next morning, when we went to wake him up for school, he and the contents of the package were missing, with only this creepy and very disturbing looking Sonic plushie doll sitting on his bed. Yes, it was terrible. The man held up the doll to show the viewers. Taking the fear, everyone. The news is about to get cancelled also. But the strange thing is, me. Also, our son didn't have any dolls that we knew of, let alone this creepy one. We can't figure out where it came from. Come to think of it, Kyle's parents said he went missing the day he got the package. That's probably unrelated. The screen cut back to the news anchor in another related incident when a young girl, Harley, who had also grown up with Sonic, reportedly went missing a day after. That's what you get for growing up with Sonic, I guess. It'll happen to the rest of us eventually, but as her parents said, she was playing Sonic on the computer. When asked if she left anything behind, they said a second time, and then said they had found a creepy Sally plushie doll with the eyes torn out of her head, but wouldn't answer any further questions and declined the offer for an interview. So we made this personal story public information to all of you instead. You're welcome. Now we of course transition from that into something completely unrelated. "I can't believe this," the young teenage boy said with a sheer tone of disappointment to his voice. "My original Sonic & Knuckles cartridge for the Sega Genesis is ruined. Stupid lightning that snuck into where I am right now apparently. Well, maybe that's a good thing," spoke a kid with his plaid shirt tucked in, all nice and neat, wearing glasses. Basically an easy picking for any bullies hanging around, but shut up, Wyatt, you nerd. Our 2 new main characters, everyone. Woohoo. "But just because you hate Sonic doesn't mean you can keep discouraging me about it," Dave replied. "Not that," Wyatt said. This is gonna get old fast, but "have you seen the news lately?" he asked. "There's been a string of disappearances related to the classic Sonic games lately, I'd avoid playing them." "Ha!" Dave scoffed, setting off a death flag in the process. "You really believe all the media is bullshit? Sonic isn't evil." fantastic argument. Dave was cleaning the cartridge. It had fallen in the mud and been struck by lightning the night before during the terrible storm as he was walking from his neighbors down the street. Basically, all his fault. I'm gonna see if by some miracle this thing works, Dave said. As Dave finished cleaning off the cartridge, he rushed downstairs to try it out, as Wyatt followed behind him. I don't know why I'm bothering to stick around. I hate Sonic, Wyatt remarked. It's remarks like that that are gonna get you killed very soon, mister. But you've hated Sonic ever since they took Scourge out of the series. And if you're wondering who he is, I'm not exactly sure, but apparently he's an alternate dimension of Sonic, except he wears this coat, being Scourge-like. And I want to call him Scrooge also, that's kind of a problem. But the only thing that'll get you like Sonic again is if Scourge was put back in. Although I'm not really sure he was in any games, Dave said, except for that second part which I said, popping the cartridge into the Sega. As to which one, you'll have to guess. He then pressed the power button. Good stuff. When the game started up, it looked a little bit glitchy. The sky on the title screen was going red and there were no clouds. The water was black and Sonic was bright green instead of his usual blue. The really weird part was that title read Scourge and Knuckles instead of Sonic and Knuckles. Dave, had found this odd, he'd known the lightning had screwed the cartridge up, but it seemed strange that, coincidentally, Sonic's name was replaced with another canon character of the franchise. How that's coincidental at all, I'm not actually sure, but whatever. Wyatt, on the other hand, was all of a sudden interested because of Scourge now seemingly being in the game. The first zone, known as Mushroom Hill Zone, loaded up, only it wasn't called Mushroom Hill Zone. So you just lied to me. But instead, Tag You're It, Act 1, the level played normally, except for that name change thing, with Dave playing as Knuckles, to which he remarked, "Yay, my favorite character. He loves bounce pads and breaking video games." But something else was off. Besides Dave's silly personal interests, there was no background music. Dave easily made it through the first act of Tag You're It, as it played just like the level normally did. That music subplot didn't really go that far, huh? It was when Act 2 loaded that things got a bit strange though. When the second act of Tag You're It loaded, instead of Dr. Robotnik waiting, it was Sonic, or Scourge, as seen on the title screen. Suddenly, Dave couldn't move in the game. The controls weren't working. Suddenly, again, Scourge ran at Knuckles and crashed into him, instantly killing Knuckles, because that's how Scourge works apparently. The screen went to black, and the text came up. Ready to become one with me? Wyatt? Story is creeping a bit, but okay. The Mushroom Hill Zone Act 1 started up again, but this time it was titled, Take Back Your Role, and instead of Act 1 it said, If You Can. Oh good, a defiant spooky video game. And this time, in caps, Dave was controlling Bum Dum Dum Dr. Robotnik. Dave and Wyatt at this point were getting a little scared, which is what happens when you laugh in the face of death. But this has something to do with the disappearances. I know it, Wyatt said. Oh, based on what? Dave said it was B, bullshit, scared, but trying to hide it. But not doing a very good job. Just then, Scourge faintly appeared behind Dr. Robotnik. Dave, able to move this time, ran through the stage. As Scourge began to chase him, Dave, for some reason, feared for his life, as if he was running from Scourge. He felt as if his own life was on the line. So it's a good thing he keeps the console running and continues to play the game, because it's all about that moral victory. Dave tried and tried to escape from Scourge, who I desperately want to call Scrooge so badly at this point, but he was too fast, and ultimately ran into Robotnik, instantly killing him. Though to be fair, in this case, he may have been asking for it. But the screen again faded to black. At the center of this black screen, the image of Sonic appeared standing in darkness, all but his face, shrouded in shadow. Sonic's face looked demonic, comma. His eyes were wide. Oh, hold on. Let's get a good look. His eyes were wide. They were black, crying blood. That's good. We got blood. There were 2 small glowing red dots in those eyes, staring directly at Dave and Wyatt through the television. Oh, magic. Okay. The Sonic also had a wide, demonic-looking grin that literally stretched to the sides of his face like the Cheshire Cat, except the Sonic had fangs, and also that cat is fictional, whereas this story actually happened and it was based on real events. But as if Dave and Wyatt weren't already freaked out enough, this face faded into Scrooge's. As to what face it was, that's not specified, so pretend, I guess. But face faded in, except it kept that grotesque, demonic look, and a text box appeared below it. 4 kids took away my future, comma, so I shall take away theirs. How 4 kids and the comic character are connected, I'm not really sure, but After reading this, a look of shock befell Wyatt's face. He'd grown up with it, after all. Thanks to me working at 4 Kids, those words ran through Wyatt's mind, as he asked, "Where do your parents work?" To which Dave replied, "My dad teaches kindergarten, and my mom works for..." Dave was in shock, and really slow, and realizing what was going on. 4 Kids TV, he finished, after minutes. Suddenly, a paragraph started below this one. Wyatt started laughing maniacally. "You deserve this! Your parents took Scourge's life somehow, I'm not gonna explain. Now he'll take yours," Wyatt yelled as he took out a Scourge plushie doll. "Oh no, not a doll!" When then began to glow an eerie green. So I can't see it, damn it. And suddenly, Dave grew smaller and began growing red fur, comma. Soon, Dave was transformed into a Knuckles doll. Ah, goddammit. Suddenly, the Scourge doll's eyes started glowing red, and Wyatt uttered the words, "Yes, Master Scourge," as he walked over, removed the cartridge from the Sega, then disappeared, comma, as if it was never existed at all, the end. I feel I should stress again that this is a true story based on actual events, as stated in the beginning. And while I may not be able to prove it right here and now, neither can the author. This has been Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to Slate, where it's late at night and I'm sleepy and should be asleep, but I'm not. You just watched a Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime on snk.exe, which I hope you enjoyed, despite it being the first story time in a while. Or, wait, did I say that wrong? Did I mention it was late? Or that I'm tired? Something. I hope you enjoyed the video. Pretend I didn't say that. I'm not doing this again. Anyways, Slate things. What's up? I don't want to redo this. First video. Hey, guys, I upload videos on this channel. I'm trying to be a little more frequent-ish. Trying, anyways. But, hey, speaking of videos frequent-ish, maybe there are other videos I uploaded that you perhaps didn't see and would like to click on them now. Here we go. The last video I did in this channel was A Game of Mysteries on Dead or Alive Chronos and Project Progressive. So, yeah, if you want to click on that, you can. And the other video is going to be a video I didn't actually even mention last time, which was the last video last time, and that was an obscure gaming on Dragon Ball Z 5 for the NES. And then the other video, I don't know. Bottom of the screen, Nico does the art for the channel and the intro and the stuff. Follow him on the things, and then you may also follow me on the things if you would like. And then, the last part, if you want to like or subscribe or share, do any of the things people always ask you to do, you're more than welcome to do that. It's greatly appreciated, but I'm not going to force you to do it. And now I'm going to go get a throat lozenge. Next time on Slate, maybe another throat lozenge. Endless possibilities. I'm going to go now. Bye, guys.